Welcome everyone to our Adobe Spark Page webinar. Today is our 5th session in a series of library Chromebook webinars that we're hosting throughout the year to help teachers and library staff learn how to use the Chromebooks to support student literacy and learning. Adobe Spark Page is a great digital tool for students and staff to use if you are looking to create. I'm just going to go to Adobe Spark Page. And I'm going to share my screen. All right, so some of the things that you can create with Adobe Spark Page. I go to, sorry, one second. Our presentations. So this is a sample of more of like a report. We have visual essays or photo journal. We have different types of newsletters or invitations. Here's a sample of an invitation to an event. And finally, I will show you, there's announcements, photo stories, and a portfolio. Documenting learning or work. So after our demonstration of the program, we'll use the remaining time in the session for you to practice creating your own. Our goal is to be finished by 4 today, but we'll stay online until 4:15. If you want to explore Spark Page on your own, please contact us with questions or for assistance through the chat. So in the past, we have shown you how to get to the modules in the library Chromebook group and show you the planning supports. We aren't going to ask that you follow along with us, rather than just watch, and Lisa has created videos so that you can go through at your own pace to follow those yourself. So we can spend most of our time working through Adobe Spark Page. So to access the module, there's a couple ways you can do this. You can either click on Find a Group, type in Library Chromebooks. You can go to STRC on the quick links on the My site, and there is a Library Chromebook portal group. The other way is when you are at any of your school libraries, you can click on your Destiny homepage, and in the Chromebook training videos, we have placed the Finding and Following the Library Chromebook portal group. So Lisa has provided instructions on how you can do that. Okay, so here's a sample of the document that you can follow. All right, we are going to first go to, oops, I'm going to use the STRC path because it's generally the quickest. And I'm going to scroll down after clicking on the Chromebook modules on the top menu bar and you'll see at the bottom Chrome or Adobe Spark page module. If you click on that, Lisa has set up our module, and you can see at the top Lisa has created a presentation on how to create a page. She's also included her digital citizenship presentations that she's done with schools, elementary and middle years, high school. Again, you can click here to go to be directed to Adobe Spark page, and here listed are some of the examples that are promoted on the website. And then there are training videos, how to create your own Adobe Spark account, the training video, how to take pictures, do screenshots, and save pictures that you may want to use in your Adobe Spark page, and finishing touches for your Adobe Spark page project. All right, I'm going to turn things back over to Lisa there we go, and I will stop sharing.
All right, so I'm going to show you, where did that reload? There we go. I'm going to show you now how do we get to Adobe Spark. If you are on a Chromebook, up in the top left corner, there is something called Chinook Bookmarks. And we have one, the fourth one down is Adobe Spark. So you can click on Adobe Spark. And once you click on Adobe Spark, sorry, I'm logged in as someone else. Once you click on Adobe Spark, then there's this orange button up at the top. Now, if you're not on a Chromebook, just go into Google Chrome and you can search Adobe Spark. And then using this orangish yellow button, you'll have different ways to log in. So if you are teaching students that are 13 and older, when they log on to a Chromebook and they go to Adobe Spark, they can click on Log On with Google, and that will let them sign in with their Google account. So it works really slick with a Chromebook, but they have to be 13 and over. If you are teaching students that are under 13, then you need to create a free account, sign up for free, and you need to put in your email address, and you can put in your first and last name or however you want to do for the class account, and then make a simple password like Chinook211 with a capital C. And then, but yeah, I would say students that are over 13, they might as well just sign in with Google and let them do it on the Chromebooks. So again, if you need help creating the accounts, we can help you, as well as I have a 2-minute video on how to do this. The one thing is, though, if you create a new account, you do need to go into your email and verify your account. It might let you use it that one time, but then when you go to use it the next time, it won't let you use it until you have verified the account. So I just wanted to make sure that you're clear on that. So like Christy said, we're just going to give the demo, and then at 4 o'clock you guys can have your chance to work on it. So now I'm just going to flip over to the Adobe Spark page that I did about making an Adobe Spark page. So when you get started, you put in a background and a title, and I changed the theme on this, and so that as I scroll, the box kind of changes. And then this white box, I put in a heading 1, H1, and it's called Creating a Glide Show. That's the heading. The reason it's called that is because underneath of this is a glide show. Notice how the pictures glide from one to another. So you can have a whole bunch of pictures in the background that glide from one to another, and you can put text over top. So here I have a text box. I could have put more text on here. I decided to do bullets. And then I moved this text box to be centered. I did more bullets. And then this one I moved over to the other side. I also showed on this one how you can't really see, but I have on this one how you can do hyperlink text and that you can put quotes in. But as you can tell, this glide show, it's the background pictures that are really large, glide from one to another. You can have as many glide shows in your project as you want, but it flows when you have like one glide show altogether. Now on this little area over here, I have a button that's a link. I have a picture, so you can put pictures in as the background, and then you can put pictures in over top, and they can have captions. So again, I'm still gliding. You can also have links to YouTube videos. And gliding. And it's so easy to glide. Once you get in here, once Christy shows you how this works, there'll be plus signs. Then there's also an option for photo grids. So this is different than a glide show. A photo grid is just a bunch of pictures all grouped together. I could have just had two. I did a whole bunch. And then I put a caption on it at the bottom. And then I just showed you what it looks like with just a picture, not as a glide show, but just a picture on its own. So just a white background, and then how it looks with just a video. And then again, I did another glide show with text over top, and then I finished it off. So this Adobe Spark page, about Adobe Spark page, is available for you in those modules, so you can see step by step kind of like what I did and different things like that. So now Christy is going to show you how to actually create and what I'm talking about with the glide shows and the photo grids and all that stuff. Sorry for the delay, Christy got kicked out.
Sorry, everyone. I'll back up. I forgot to unmute myself. So you'll go to Adobe Spark. And I'm going to log in. And I do already have an Adobe ID, so I'm going to log in. You can set that up for free, like Lisa mentioned, and there are training videos to explain that process to help you out. Remember that you need to verify your login with your email. Okay, I will sign in. And now that I can see my different projects that are video, that are post, which are the posters that we did the webinar last time, and Adobe Page. So you can see this one is page, this one is a video, this one is post. What I'm going to do is hit the plus sign because I want to create a new one, and I'm going to click on page for today. And to get started, I'm just going to make a faux one to test things out for Family Literacy Day, since that's coming up Friday, January 27th. So I'll put in my text. You can add a subtitle. You don't have to. If you don't put anything in, it just disappears. what's nice is that the templates are all set up so you don't have to worry about where you want to put your text box. It's pretty straightforward. So I've done that, and I see that there's this plus sign here. Anytime you see the plus sign, that means there's an action you can do. So I can input a photo to be the background of this project. Now I can upload a photo from my files, or I can go to Find Photos. And what's nice about the Find Photo is that all the images that appear come from Creative Commons so that they can be used royalty-free. So this is a good conversation to have with kids. So you can see that there is a wide variety of options. I'm going to choose this one. And usually this takes a minute for the image to crisp in a little bit. Now the nice thing about this is if I click anywhere on the photo on that background, I can change the focal point. So you see that in portrait mode, and here's my circle. I can decide to focus on this baby and the dog, or I can move it up so that I can have the picture of the mom, the dog, and the baby. Then I just click Save, and I'm ready to, it says scroll to start writing your story. Now, one of the nice things about Page is that it could be used for a visual essay, photo journal, a report. So if you did want to add text, you click on text, it gives you a text box. I'm going to use a sample of, I'm going to put in the title activities. Now I can highlight this, and I want this to be a main heading, so I'm choosing H1. It will increase the size. I can't adjust the size any more than it is, but I can, other than choosing a different heading, or if I wanted more of a quote form, bullets, but I'm going to go with heading 1. I can't bold that because it is already bolded, but I can align it to do a center justification. Below this, maybe I want to list some activities that you can do for Family Literacy Day. What's really nice is students don't actually have to do their typing and their word processing within Spark Page. They can, but what's nice is that they can take a document that they've already created in Google Docs or Microsoft Word, copy and paste. So I'm going to highlight these first 2 activities, do a right click or Control C, copy them, go back into my project. Here's my text. Now all I have to do is right click, paste. Oops. Yes, I didn't. I'll try that again. Paste, and my text appears. Now I can go in and manipulate it a little further. So I said, oh, well, maybe I want this grocery hunt to be smaller than my first heading, more of a subheading here, and I just still want it center justified. I can go in and do my little revisions or editing and move on from there. Same thing with the play and tell. I can cut, hit text, paste it in, and highlight. And I want it as a heading and centered as well. All right, so that's how you can work with text. Now, if you want to preview it, because when you see it as a project, you won't see all those plus signs. So I just wanted to give you an idea of what it'll end up looking like. Now, if I want to add images to the background here, I can. I can leave it blank. If I want to exit the preview mode, I just hit X. And then I can go down. And maybe I want to insert after this grocery hunt, because I want to show some images to go along with that. Maybe this time I want to show a photo grid. So I click on photo grid. My topic, my heading was grocery hunt. So I'm going to search my find photos for grocery list. And here I see a list. And the more images you add to the photo grid, the more it collects them in a grouping. So if I look for eggs, and I add eggs, you'll see that they pop up. If I add butter from my list, here we go. And maybe I want milk. And let's say I want carrots. So like Lisa was mentioning before, you can add as many images to this as you want. You can move their location by switching, move forward, move backward. You can replace a photo. Maybe I don't really like that carrot. I just go back to my images or upload my own photo. You may choose that one instead. And if I want to delete it, I just click on delete and it removes it. All right, so now I'm clicking save. So I go back and you can see that the photo grid has been collected and put together. I can add a caption. Maybe I put items to pick up. Okay. Then we might move on and decide we want to put in another glide show. And for this one, maybe I just want some books. There we go. And again, I can replace that if I don't like it just by clicking on it or searching find photos. Click save. And here's my text box. So maybe I want to insert a video about Family Literacy Day. So what I can do is click video, and then it says add an embedded video. I can go into a new tab, search Family Literacy Day video, or click on videos here. And click on the selected one, highlight that video link, do a right click to copy or Control C, copy, go back to Adobe Spark, click in the box, Control V or paste, and click save. There we go. So already, the other option would be is if you wanted to, you could add a button. So the button text could be Family Literacy Day video. I can copy and paste that same link in. I can decide on the alignment for that button and click save, so that when I do click Family Literacy Day video, it will, when I'm in preview mode, it will take me right to the video. But I can also go in and edit at any time, because maybe I decide, no, I would prefer a left alignment for that. So the last thing that I will show you before we get things wrapped up will be you can go in and change your themes. So you can see there's storybook, Trek. What's nice about this is that there are a variety of options for you. They will apply, that theme will apply to every glide show or the whole digital document. But, and so we'll change the font size, change the font style, but you can't do it on each slide. So if I want to see what Luca looks like, I can click on it and see how it's going to impact my project. Here's vintage, whimsy. Okay, so maybe I'll decide on that and I'll preview. And then you just scroll down. So this is a little bit different, right, than PowerPoint where you're clicking next slide. You're just scrolling through. So kids can create their own little websites because you can share the links. So they could create a portfolio of the learning that they did in class. What's nice is that it could be a video of them actually working through, like for science or math journals. You could, students could use this to document their learning of a strategy or a process that they used. So if they were to take a video, at least it could help with how to create it so that you could actually get the link, it uploaded to YouTube so that they could demonstrate what they were doing, what their thinking was, which is really nice with the text. They can go through that process of reflection, document the steps that they took, and what their product ended up being. So here's the final product. It's nice at the end is that you do get a credits area. So when you use any of the images from the search, they will be automatically included here. If kids would like to add, or you would like them to add additional credits, I would just add an additional text box or glide show that would credit any sources that they would like. Okay, so if I want to change the theme, I just go in, change it to something else, it automatically saves it, and then I'm ready to share. Okay, so we do have to pick a category. So I go to education. I can choose to have the author on or off. Anytime we have students doing work, we always take this opportunity to teach them to not put their full names online, even though we're going to keep this as a private link so that it's not searchable. So we always recommend to the kids to just use their initials or their first name with their last initial, or just do their first initial, last name, or take it completely off. Your choice as a teacher and student. There are the photo credits in here. You can remove the Adobe Spark branding. I don't think it really matters. And then we don't want to it to appear in any searches, so we always recommend to turn this off so that it creates an unlisted link. So you can tell the difference. It says create public link or create unlisted link, which is nice because as long as you have anyone who has the link can actually open this. So I click on it. It takes, depending on the length of it, it takes a little bit of time. You can go in and edit the details if you ever need to. If you ever need to go in and the student needs to go in and update, all they do is go back into their project, make their changes, share, and it will update. It'll say update the link. You can say yes, you copy, and now you have the link. So we are at 4 o'clock. I just wanted to let you know about one troubleshooting item is that if you ever do lose internet connection or if something seems frozen on the library Chromebooks, just refresh your browser. Adobe Spark automatically saves until that you lost that connection. So you can go back in and not have to worry about everything disappearing. All right, the one other thing that I will very quickly show you in our Adobe, in our library Chromebook modules, is that we do have some student samples of using Adobe Spark Page. These are high school students. There was a report done on a visual essay done on gun control laws in the United States. Second one is a trip to New Zealand. Students had to plan a trip to a Pacific Rim country and create a digital brochure of their travel plans. And this Keith Urban one was an arts ed project where they had to do a report on a performer of their choice. So you can always go in and look at those. Other things that might work, what might be, for in the science curriculums when they are to identify technology-related careers. They could possibly do a presentation to their classmates on a career of choice, or in any of the English language arts outcomes, we always have a compose and create where they have to use, either create a multimedia project or some kind of presentation. That would be something that could be supported. So there's tons and tons of options for you as a teacher in communicating with parents, because all you have to do is share a link, but it's also great because students can present to what they've learned to others, you or classmates, and also document their learning because there are photos and video capability and text capability with this program. So thanks everyone for joining us. We will stay here until 4:15 if you'd like help setting up your Adobe Spark account or time to begin making your own Spark page. Feel free to ask questions in the chat if you'd like assistance. Remember that you can go to the training videos on your Destiny homepage. All schools have a Chromebook training videos link. You click on it. You can scroll down and find your Adobe Spark page videos, as well as other videos from the webinars we've already done. We hope you'll be willing to try Adobe Spark Page to support your content areas. If you'd like further assistance for yourself or would like someone to work with students in using Adobe Spark Page, please feel free to contact myself or Lisa Bender. Our next webinar will be on Wednesday, February 8th, where we will be highlighting digital learning resources and the Destiny Library search to support reading and curriculum learning. Have a good night, everyone.
Lori, Christy's just responding to you right now. Don't worry, we're not ignoring you.